Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode. We've been gone all freaking day.
Well, not
Um,
all for
I'm going to talk about a few things. Some of you preppers will be interested in one or two of the things. Other things you won't be interested in. First, we found never tried this before. Bluefin Stout. And what we did was we got a Bluefin Stout, oatmeal stout, which I happen to like. I don't know that brand, but I mean I like oatmeal stout, and a sampler of Guinness products. Okay,
Yeah, it was pretty good beer.
yeah.
Especially South.
This is pipe insulation.
Oh.
You might be saying, well, why do you want pipe insulation, Seamus? Well, what you do is you take a 5 gallon bucket. Yes, we have a 5 gallon bucket. We bought one. And when it comes time, if there's an emergency, if there's a storm, if you know what hits the fan, whatever, you take this and you put it around the top of the 5 gallon bucket. You, of course, before you put this on there, you want to put in a garbage bag, maybe more than one. Heavy duty is best.
Oh, so it makes you a bathroom, huh?
Yeah, and you can sit
That's
on.
what you sit on, huh?
Yeah, this that way you can sit on it.
Without killing yourself.
Yeah, I mean this is still relatively thin, but it's better than just sitting
Bare
on.
bones.
Yeah, it's better than just sitting on the bucket. And of course, you could probably take it, and because this is more than it would probably wrap around almost twice. And so you could cut it and then
You
wrap it
did what,
around
buy it by
again.
the foot or something?
No, it just comes in this length.
Oh.
It's I don't know. Oh, by the way, we got this free.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, we got it free because
Oh.
there was no price tag on it, and it's like 8 o'clock after 8 o'clock when I
Oh.
got there, and they close at 9. And she said, if it's probably less than $5, I'm not gonna even bother. So
Oh
we
boy.
we got this free. So I don't know how much it actually cost,
Hey.
but we didn't pay anything for it. Now,
Go shopping close to closing time.
and they had no, 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 John, give
Huh?
me that,
What?
give me that, John.
What's
Let
that?
go. A bone.
Oh.
Um, he has
Yeah,
a chicken bone.
that's not good.
He's looking for it.
For cats. Chicken bones aren't.
Um, so
He just what it tastes good, Daddy.
sure it does, especially the marrow probably tastes really good. That's another thing I wanted to. Actually, it's not something I had thought of, but I'm going to talk about it real fast. One of the treats for the mountain men, if you do any reading about them, was bone marrow. You take a bone, you break it, you cut it, whatever, and you cook it,
Oh.
and then you dig out the marrow from inside of it, and it's supposed to be really good. So,
That should have a lot of flavor in it.
yeah, maybe even a lot of nutrition. I don't know. So that's something else you might want to think about. And yes, we got 2 packages of beef jerky and a bag of rice. I'm going to take the bag of rice. I'm going to separate it into 2 equal shares, and then we're each going to get a thing of beef jerky. Now, somebody on here, sorry, I wish I could remember who you are, but I don't remember. So what you could do is you take that rice. The rice expands and it's filling, at least for a short term.
Yeah.
And you take the jerky and you just kind of cut or chop some beef jerky up, throw it in the pan as you're cooking the rice. It'll help it kind of reconstitute, and then you have a flavorful rice, and you also have a little more nutrition because you have the beef in there.
Has some protein in it.
Yeah. So that's another idea for folks out there. I also let me show you the other thing. I only got one of this. Well, maybe I didn't bring it in. Here it is. Not exactly what I was looking for. but it works. And I said I only got one because it was like 25 bucks.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's expensive, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, this. I don't know if you can. That's the English side, I believe. Yeah, it's the English side. Yeah, because most people don't speak French or Spanish. But up here, you're more likely to see a little French than you are Spanish.
Yeah, unless you go to Boston.
Yeah, and in Texas, it was Spanish, not French. We were so close to Canada, to French Canada. Anyway, what you might say, well, what good is that in a survival situation? You want to know, and it's heavier than I really wanted, but well, what you do with that is you put that underneath your, just kind of, you put that underneath your,
Look over there, Lucky.
so yeah,
There
I'll
you
pick
go.
it up, I'm
Good
smart.
boy.
You put
He's
it,
got some stuff to bite it.
yeah,
Pick it up.
you put that under your sleeping bag, between your sleeping bag mat and your sleeping bag. And what it will do is it will help protect you from the cold on the ground. It'll help insulate.
And reflect your body heat back.
Yeah, and reflect your body heat back up. So you probably don't want to put it in the sleeping bag because you'll probably wind up itching because
Does it have fiberglass in it?
yeah, it's fiberglass in it. Now, what I'm probably going to do is cut it down and next month get a second one because it's really
What if we got one of those solar, what they call space blankets? Would that work the same way?
not as good, but it would
without
still
the
work.
insulation.
Yeah.
Itchy.
Yeah.
You could put that in your sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be scratching a couple
Yeah.
pieces.
Yeah. And we have some foot and hand warmers. They're like chemical warmers or something.
They have iron in them.
Oh, okay. That's
There's
what.
chemical in it that heats up.
I'm gonna put, like my wife will get half and I'll get half, and if we have to divide it, 49-51, she'll get the 51. Also, what I wanted to talk about, I'm not even going to tell you the guy's name. Well, maybe I should, so you know not to go there. Was it John's?
Trader John.
Trader John's.
He's a jerk.
Okay. We needed ammo for my wife's rifle. Okay. And this is 100 cartridges for $19.95. There's no sales tax here in New Cary. But you're limited to two 22-round packages.
I think it's just him, isn't it?
Yeah. So we got two of them. I think my wife's magazine is only 10 rounds, but next month I plan on getting some extra magazines and ammo. This guy next.
Jerk.
Yeah.
You kind of want to smack him. He's not friendly as a grizzly bear.
Yeah, I mean, was it Peterborough that we bought the pistol?
Yeah.
There's this store in Peterborough.
That guy, he's nice and friendly. He talks to you and everything.
Yeah. And he'll help you out. He'll give you suggestions. You need this.
Guy is like,
yeah, this guy, you go in.
Or you have to drag everything out, pull everything out of it.
Yeah, and I didn't see the 22 ammo. All the ammo is usually sitting on this one table. Yeah, in the middle. So I'm looking there. Both of us are looking there because that's where it always is. I didn't see it, so I go up and I ask him.
Kind of growls at you.
Yeah, and he's like, if there's any, it's over on the counter. Okay.
It's like, I almost said, let's go to Walmart.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
right
like,
in front of him. Like, you're an asshole.
On the counter, don't you
Should you be a little more helpful?
Yeah, I mean, where?
Oh, it's over there on the counter, right? No, that's still down.
He didn't even point. He just said on the counter. And he didn't have any Mosin ammo. Well, he did have some Mosin ammo, but it wasn't what I normally buy, so I didn't buy any. It was more expensive stuff. It was like $3 or $4 or $5 more than what I usually buy. Usually it's $6 something for 20 rounds. And it was a different brand. Bought 3 packages for the 223. $8.99 for 20 rounds. I can do all this online cheaper. Next month, my plan next month is to buy 500 rounds of this, 100 rounds for the 40, and a spam can, one spam can for the Mosin. And I don't know how much for the 22. I don't know yet. That's up in the air because it just depends on a number of factors. One, getting extra magazines, because I mean, if you think about it, if you have one magazine and you have to sit there and pull out a box of ammo and reload it, there's no point in that.
You're gonna get shot.
Yeah, so
You're lucky. You're baby.
We need to get my wife, and see, the 22 is short, it's light. My wife, it fits my wife, actually. I think it fits her perfectly. But if she has to stop, if she has to literally stop, take the magazine out, sit down, open a box of ammunition, and start reloading the magazine every time she empties it, that's just
pointless.
Yeah. So part of the issue with getting her,
John. We're done. How?
Part of the issue with getting her more ammo is going to be also the cost of magazines. Because if we have 100 rounds right here, then I would like to at least have enough magazines to take up one box. Okay, so 10 rounds, it's what, 10 magazines? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, yeah. 10 magazines. That should suffice. 10 magazines plus at least 2 more of these, but not from Trader John's.
Never.
No, we're not going back over there.
Like, he's such a pain in the ass.
And another thing, I think he sells more ammo than anything else. I'm wondering if he doesn't want to have to go through the hassle of selling a gun, because his guns are like, yeah. I mean, I can find some of the same things new online or at Dick's or someplace like that.
Half the price.
Yeah, he's selling it used. He's selling a used one for the same price as a new one, or even more than the same price for a new one. I'm like, I can buy a Mosin for $100 or less from a couple of online companies. He's selling it for $150, $130. I mean, I'm like,
did you ever fill out the survey for that guy at Dick's? No.
I still have the card somewhere up here.
Okay.
But why should we go to
Jerko?
Yeah, to a jerk. You know, I'm like, the guy in Peterborough. I mean, Peterborough's not like right down the street. It's not like someplace.
Not terribly far.
No.
What did you say? 15 miles, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe a little more than that.
Yeah. You have to understand the roads up here, and it's wintertime right now.
Yeah.
And when I say roads, I mean many issues with the roads up here. Oh,
potholes.
And deep potholes. And we went to Hinsdale.
Well, not so much deep, but they're like big.
Yeah, and there's so many of them.
So damn many of them. You can't hardly find a place on the road that isn't holy.
And, you know, a lot of the roads, you know, I mean, the state is predominantly rural. And
they need to do something better with their roads.
You know, I mean,
get a better patching material, paving material.
Excuse me. Because we went to Hinsdale Walmart, and we went to Brattleboro, and oh my gosh, you should have seen the ice in the river. It must have been at least 2 feet thick, and it's breaking up into huge chunks. I mean,
not little pieces.
No, like 20, 30 feet by, you know, 10, 15 feet, maybe even bigger. You know, it's like huge chunks.
I wonder if that's sitting on the rocks or if it's in the
It
water.
may be. Some of it may be like it starts to move, and then
Well, I mean, I wonder if it's on top of the rocks. It's maybe some trees on top of the rock.
Because
And the river.
that particular river over there by
Very rocky.
yeah, and I mean I want a canoe, but not that river. I wouldn't survive. I haven't canoed in many years, and I'm not up to that kind of canoeing.
You'd be carrying the boat more than you'd be canoeing.
Yeah.
You drive yourself nuts.
What I want to do is canoe the Connecticut River from like the Lakes region up north down to like Brattleboro. One of the issues with that is some of the portages are pretty long, yeah, because one of the portages up near Claremont,
Yeah.
it's probably a couple of 100 yards just on the road itself.
Yeah.
And then you have to consider coming up off the river to the road, and then there's the where you go back from the road down to the river. That's
You'd
probably
be up and down like a pack mule.
yeah. So I'd have to probably travel relatively light. I don't. My wife isn't really interested in doing that trip, but
I'm not a fish.
yeah. But it would be nice to. Well, she says fish. I mean, it would be nice. I could fish. Haven't really had much of a chance to fish up here. I fished. I'm not saying I haven't, but
Some of these things, I don't think there's many fish in them. A fish might happen to pass through it every once in a while, but that's about it.
You know, we have a free
He's
fish.
on his way downtown, you know. He's
We-
going, I'm leaving here.
We have a free fishing day up here.
Yeah, but
And-
when was it? Like in
It's early spring.
May or something?
Yeah, and the water was really choppy, and you weren't catching nothing out there. Nobody was
The
catching
fish were at the
anything.
bottom of the lake sitting there laughing at you.
Yeah. So, the thing is, you know, I really, in case there is ever an emergency,
That was a rotten day for fishing.
yeah, I really need to get out there and,
What, John?
I don't know if I should say relearn how to fish, but get back into the hang of it.
John? No?
Yeah, he's pissed off. John's pissed off because he wants the.
Here.
Here he is.
Doing this.
Look, John.
It's a chunk of meat and skin.
Look over there.
Here, John. Meow. Come here,
Go
baby.
get it.
Come here. Meow. Come on. Good stuff. Come on, John. Meow. Come
Uh-oh.
here, baby. Come here. Come here, Kiki. Meow. Come on.
So anyway, so
Look at that.
we're not gonna go to this Trader John's
Take it,
guy
baby.
anymore. He's.
Here. Come on. Take it.
We're gonna. Well, buy online.
We're just sick of his attitude.
Yeah. You know, I
He's a
mean,
turd.
if he was.
If he'd be friendly to us, it would be a whole different issue.
Yeah, and he's not business-like or anything. He's just.
Yeah. Like, well, how old is he? Probably you'd say about
60, 70.
Like, quit being such a crab ass.
You know, I mean, it's like, I don't know. He wants my business, he's not
And he's
getting
doing
it.
plenty of business today because the whole damn parking lot was full.
Yeah.
But he's got to be an asshole to everybody.
Yeah. You know, one day, we were in there. This guy was, he had some Mosins out there for sale, but like, you know, I said, he's selling them.
Expensive.
Yeah, and you know, I have, you know, we have a Mosin, and you know, so, and you know, he has, I mean, he knows us because we've gone in there enough times, and he said, oh yeah, well this guy, you know, pointing over to me, you know, I'm like, first of all, why are you even, you know, pointing me out? But you know, I tried to tell the guy, yeah, it's a nice rifle, I like it, I mean, it has a kick. But you know, it's going to knock something down too. It's going to do more than knock something down.
It's going to take it out.
Yeah. So, you know, but I tried to be helpful, but that doesn't even matter. Okay, well, you know, if you want to be a butthead, then, you know, why should we even... It's aggravating. You know, but then this guy over in Peterborough, he's helpful.
Friendly as hell.
Yeah. I'm like, I actually was like, oh, gosh, come on, guy, just, you know.
Well, we need to check out that motorcycle place, too.
Oh, yeah, in Keene. There's a place in Keene that sells motorcycles and not SUVs,
Four-wheeler.
four-wheelers and
Shit like that.
snowmobiles, yeah. And my wife noticed they had a sign out saying guns and ammo. So, okay, well, go there one day and see what they have. But anyway,
Who knows what they have.
yeah, who knows?
We'll see.
Yeah, but so those are some things I wanted to show you for not, in prepping. I think could be used very loosely, the term, because prepping doesn't have to be if all blank breaks loose, if the world falls apart, if the government just comes in and starts doing things. Prepping can be for hurricanes, tornadoes, snowstorms, ice storms, floods, windstorms, etc. I mean, I've lived in enough places where you actually had to deal with some of this stuff. Hurricanes and flooding go together.
Tornadoes are no fun.
No, I've never really dealt too much with tornadoes, thankfully.
I did.
Yeah, because you're from that.
Springfield had one.
Typhoons.
It was like 2008 or something.
Typhoons, droughts. I'm not even going to call it a drought. Texas is always, that part of Texas that I lived in is always dry.
Seems like California's kind of screwed right now.
Yeah. So earthquakes,
We've had a couple up here.
Yeah, actually, we've had a couple earthquakes since we've been up here.
And it was kind of weird because the one I was sitting there at the front of the computer, and the fan was not running, and I kind of look over it, and I see the fan going from side to side. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
The blades aren't turning, but the fan's shaking from side to side. I'm like, what?
When I was on Okinawa, I remember laying in my bed one night, and everything started going like this.
And we had a couple of them in Illinois, too.
You did?
Yeah, one was down in, probably around the Centralia area, which is not the deep south. Well, about 3/4 of the way down in the state, and apparently something cracked down there and set off a earthquake, about a 4-point-something earthquake, and then that one in Springfield, like all of a sudden, you're like, what the hell?
Oh, we got some more canning jars today because we're
keeping the bugs out of our flour.
Yeah, and we're sprouting for my wife. Well, for both of us, but mainly for my wife. They're for her first. What is that, broccoli? That one? Yeah, broccoli sprouts because it's supposed to be nutritious and help fight cancer.
Broccoli family.
Yeah. Oh, the broccoli family, not just broccoli. Okay.
Well, it's the broccoli family. Seeds.
Okay. So we have one jar, but the thing is, we had bought a lid.
Was that good?
But see, the co-op had the lids. They didn't have the jars and the lids.
Here, baby.
But the lid.
Now we're lucky.
So we bought the lid, and then a few days or a couple of weeks later, we went to the Blueberry Fields, which is a health food store, and they have the jars with the lids, and it came with a packet of seeds. So
John.
Anyway, so this little thing is 100 rounds of 22 ammo. I don't know how much it weighs, if it has.
John, I can't hold it forever.
It doesn't weigh a whole lot, but.
Well, hey, don't take the finger off.
Doesn't weigh a whole lot, but it definitely has some weight to it. But bye-bye, everybody.
Ooh.